What's going on, everybody? So today's a brew day. I'm brewing a summer ale. Let's look at the specs here. Got the grain father heating up right now. I actually had it on delayed heating, but I'm up anyways. Earlier than I thought it would be. So here it is. This is from Texas Brewing. This is one of their recipes, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. But yeah, it's got the grain bill right there. 9 pounds of Pilsner, 9 pounds of Pilsner, 4 ounces of Crystal 10, a couple ounces of Cascade, some Paradise seeds that I'm going to crush and put in at 5 minutes prior to the end of the boil, and we got some corn sugar there to bump up our fermentables. But yeah, over here they actually give you the instructions like your brew day schedule. You're gonna do 60 minutes with the corn sugar, 1 ounce of Cascade for 60, 1 ounce of Cascade for flavor aroma, about 5 minutes until it's over. And pretty cool though. But yeah. So I've already crushed the grains, as you saw a moment ago. I'm waiting for this thing to get warmed up. When it's done, we will mash in. Alright guys, so you just saw me do the mash in. Things are going good. It was a very thick mash, as it should be, usually. But now I'm just waiting for this to go on and do its thing. And then when we get to sparging, we'll continue. Okay, we're about halfway through the mash. And you can see, got my sparge water heating up. Nice and hot. About 168 degrees. I know a lot of people cold sparge. I guess the cold sparge works. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but if I've got the equipment, I'm gonna go ahead and always hot sparge my water, or hot sparge my grains. So yeah, we're about halfway through. You're probably wondering, why do I have my controller towards the corner like this, like I have it that way? Well, I have a kid now, so she likes to push buttons and stuff. I don't need her pushing that pump button or anything during a boil because it'll get all over the floor. So yeah, I have it against the corner so she can't do that. But anyways, like I said, we're halfway through the mash. Another thing I did was these Paradise seeds. I basically put them here, and I took my little meat mallet and just kind of pounded them out on the counter here, because you got to crush them for them to do their job. And these will go in the boil, like I said, about 5 minutes till flame out. But yeah, I've never used these before, but they smell very aromatic, like almost floral, peppery. Yeah, that's kind of sweet, but this should be an interesting beer. I always like trying new things, so hopefully this turns out well. So when we get back, we'll sparge. All right, guys, we are at the sparge portion. It's going to be a slow sparge because it's a real thick mash, like I said. It is draining down, and over here I've got my water ready to go. So I'll be sparging this out, and after I get done with that, we will get to the boil. Overall, going so good. My bricks readings, or bricks, brie, I don't know how you say it. I think it's bricks. The reading was 17.5, so that's promising. The gravity on this, I'm getting conflicting information here because the Grandfather says that I should get about 1051 on this original gravity, and Texas Brewing shows it as 1061, between 1061 and 1063. So I guess as long as I'm in between 1050 and 1060 or something, I'm good. I don't know. This is a different malt. This is Irix brand malt. It's supposed to be a really high quality malt. So we'll see. Once the boil's done and everything, I'll take a gravity reading post boil and see what it comes out to. So, see you in a bit. Alright, we have hit our boil temp, so now I'm going to add in my ounce of Cascades. And I'm also going to add in my 1 pound of corn sugar. Now, I need to stir this. So, give it a stir. Just to mix that in real good. All right. And we are officially starting our boil. So, here in about 55 minutes or so, we'll do our final hop addition. I'll tell you what, if and when I ever leave Midland, one thing I will definitely miss about living here is the boil temperature is so much lower. And I get a much better boil in my Grandfather here than I did in Houston. The boiling point here for me, I've noticed, is about 207, 208. In Houston, it was like 213, 212, 213. So you can see, I actually get a fairly decent boil with the 120 Grandfather unit here in Midland. You can see it's a good rolling boil, man. That's just the 120 unit. No extra elements, nothing. I mean, it just does a really good job here. So, I would definitely miss that. And I definitely know I won't be staying in Midland forever. I don't know when I'll leave Midland, like I said, but I just know that I won't be here forever. And I'll probably be back east in Houston again, or San Antonio or something, but I get a great boil here because of the elevation, and that's one thing I definitely will miss, is having that advantage. So anyways, we're boiling. Like I said, we'll get back to the last hop addition here in about 45 minutes or so. But yeah, man, I'll show y'all that one more time. Look at that boil. I never got boils this good at a lower elevation, so I really just get excited about it every time I see it on this boiler. So anyhow, get back to you in a bit. All right, let's add our last hop addition, Cascades. Ta-da! All right. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and I'll be cooling this beer down, and then once I get it cooled down and into the fermenter, we will take a reading. Oops, almost forgot these. That would have just ruined the whole point of that beer. So anyways, I'm gonna let these go for maybe an extra minute or so, just to let those really infuse. Into the callus she goes. Nice color to that wort. I'm digging that. Definitely gonna be a nice summertime beer, I'm sure. But yeah, just cooling her along, pumping her out. Then I'll be putting the brew jacket on here. I love that thing, man. But yeah. So far, so bueno. Okay, so I got my reading here. I got 15 bricks on this post boil, so that's awesome. I hit 1060 gravity on it. I'm perfectly happy with that. You'll see here I'm using my Beersmith application on my iPad here. I got 15 in there, and it says 1060 on there. So, hit my numbers again. I've figured out my problem, water chemistry. So now I'm all set. I'm hitting my numbers. So, and I got the crush right. So now I'm dealing with this. She wants to touch everything. Say hi to the camera. Say hi. We're making beer today, right? Yeah? Yeah, we are. Filling the fermenter up. But I gotta make sure she don't grab these hoses and make a mess here in the kitchen. So anyways, guys. So, got the beer, or wort. Actually, it's a wort. It's not really a beer until it ferments. But I got the wort in the fermenter, and I had, in a prior batch, I had my fermenter like in a spare bedroom on carpet. You know, people were like, whoa, carpet. Well, I thought, where else am I going to have this thing put? I only ferment one beer at a time anyways, so I am in my laundry room. And there's the catalyst wrapped up and bundled. Right now it's still too warm to pitch yeast. It's at 83.6 degrees. I want this thing down to more, I want it down to about 78 degrees or less. I've got it programmed to 64.5 right now. So I'll pitch my yeast once this thing is down to the proper temp. You don't spend 5 hours brewing a batch of beer only to ruin it, right? So I don't want any off flavors in it. This thing takes a little time to cool beer down. I think it's, I don't know, when I first put it to ferment, it was sitting at about 86 degrees. About 2 hours later, it's sitting at 83.6. So I'm hoping before I go to bed tonight, I can pitch this yeast. If not, I'll pitch it in the morning before I go to work. So anyways, I just wanted to update you guys. There she is, all bundled up. And it's got a little fan on it. And if you touch down below the base here, this area, it's ice cold. It definitely does a good job of heat transfer. But it works well. And with the catalyst, of course, you have to add these extra bungs so it doesn't go too far down. But hey, it works like a champ. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. And when I see that this is about at least 78 degrees, then I'll throw the yeast in here once it's at that. So that's the end of this brew session. And like I said, we will get back to talk about this beer once it is done fermenting. So just hang around.